Hello, thanks for clicking on our thumbnail. You have clicked on Geek News, where we are not journalists, but we are geeks, and we're here to bring you the geek news of the week. So, my name is C the Superior, and I am not here alone. I am here with my co host, the great Grand Slam Poobah. I got it right this time.
Hey, what's going on? I look forward to talking. I mean, this has been pretty much a busy weekend. On my side of things, wrestling. There's a whole lot of wrestling, and there'll be some wrestling talk here. I look forward to doing that. And also, Superman came out this week. I know that you have got to see it. You said, "Hey,
Yes.
we'll talk about once you get to see it." So that would probably be somewhere next week.
Right. So please join us for that. We will be discussing Superman once everyone's had the opportunity to check it out. But I do have some thoughts and I can't wait to share them with you all. But as far as today's episode, this week's
Oh,
geek news, a lot of stuff has happened, Jack. All right. Is
uh,
that a fact? And namely, we have a couple uh, things we'd like to highlight from the week. So why don't you take it away, Jack? What's the first bit?
that is fantastic. So why don't we kick off with some Daredevil news, right?
Okay.
There we go. Thank you. Daredevil Born Again season 2 officially finished wrapping. The production is done. As you can tell that there's a lot of blood in that picture, but uh, I want to say this. I want to give credit to Marvel Movies on IG, and they said that it's pretty much officially done wrapping. The series is set to premiere next year in March. And I mean, look, cheap plug. We did have a great chance to review that show. Season 1 was fun. It's one of my favorite shows that we have reviewed, with Black Lightning being one of them. I mean, that's just a biasness because that's what started everything. What's going on, Mad Dog? He's a great guy. He's a great one. Hearing this news, I'm just excited about it. I look forward to seeing what season 2 and how it picks up. I mean, they've been talking about Jessica Jones. I feel like
Yeah.
they've said the Defenders are going to be in there. I wish they didn't say a lot, honestly. I wish they kept some of that for themselves so
Yeah.
that we could be surprised. Because could you imagine when you watch that trailer and you see Jessica Jones, you see the boots, and you're like, oh, she's back.
So I have
Um,
a theory as to why they revealed it, right? And it's because apparently the numbers on Daredevil Born Again weren't that great. Like there weren't as many people watching it as they would have expected or what they were hoping for. So I feel like
sure.
they let a lot of that stuff out to kind of, drum up interest in season two. And originally my thoughts were season two being that there would be like one showrunner. Everything seems to be like more cohesive, given that the first season that we got was a little stitched together.
Mhm.
Um, but someone pointed out, and I forget who it was, so excuse me, I'm sorry if I can't credit you, but they mentioned how originally the first season of Daredevil Born Again was supposed to be like way more episodes. I want like 20 episodes, 19
I
episodes.
remember. I remember hearing about that. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. And essentially they cut that in order to shorten the first season. And I would assume use those episodes for the second season. So I'm concerned now that the second season may also have that disjointed, stitched together feel if they plan on reusing those episodes that were already shot. What do you think? Do you think they've used those or they're completely?
I right. I hear what you're saying. Like, did they do any reshoots, or this is going to be continuation from these episodes? From the sounds of things, because I actually forgot about that until you said that out loud about like the 20 episodes. I think there's a lot of reshoots though. So I
Mm,
don't, I don't think there's anything. I think they keep some things. Some
mhm.
things I think they keep, but like I think there's some reshoots to fit for the story and stuff like that. And I just wanted to throw real quick here when you was talking about maybe this is why they're leaking everything. I honestly thought they were leaking things just to beat everyone to the punch. Um,
Okay.
that was kind of a thought, but yeah, no, yeah, no, I don't know other follow up. I'm sorry. What was you gonna say?
Oh no, I was just thinking if they do reshoots, that's kind of similar to what they did in this first season. They did a lot of reshoots and they stitched together what they could. So again, that makes me concerned. I don't know. I want to stay optimistic though because I am a Daredevil fan.
Right, right.
But I'm hoping that they scratch the episodes that were already shot and just reshot everything. I'm hoping
I
that
get
that's the case.
I get what you're saying because when you because then it feels out of place when they keep this thing and then
Yeah.
this thing. So I totally understand what you're getting at. Um,
Hello, Christopher. Thanks for joining
yes,
us.
yes, thank you. But I
But yeah,
do I
for it
look
to come
forward
out.
to it. I'm sorry, I was just gonna say I do look forward to it because it was a fun show. That was one of the shows that we reviewed, and I felt like it was just so much fun reviewing each episode. So I hear what you're saying about the numbers. I that's why I don't really listen to the numbers. I hear that, and that's important because if
Uh-huh.
numbers are bad, that means a show can decline, and we don't want that. But I've really enjoyed the show, so I look forward to
Yeah.
it.
And I'm also excited for the Punisher special. We haven't heard much news on that as of yet. So they seem to be really like keeping that under wraps, but apparently it's supposed to come out around the same time as the second season of Daredevil. So look forward to a bit of that news once some becomes available. But after that, we do get a little bit more, some updates on Street Fighter, isn't that right?
Yeah, if you don't mind highlighting it because my mouse has betrayed me. Yes, former WWE champion Cody Rhodes. I was supposed to add that. I'm so sorry, but anyway, former WWE champion and former New Japan Pro Wrestling champions are delays to be cast. Last week, it was revealed that one Cody Rhodes is going to be playing Gao and
Uh,
Street Fighter, and we have a guy named Goda. He's from New Japan. I'm not going to pretend that I'm familiar with him. I'm not. I just know that he's in wrestling, and this is
okay.
up my sleeve. But we have playing E Honda, and it just makes me more excited about this movie. Like this casting choice of characters here have just
Mhm.
been amazing to me. Like honestly,
Uh,
I think this is going to be the greatest. No, it's not going to be the greatest video game movie of all time because Sonic the Hedgehog exists, but it has potential to be a good number two, and that's good for them.
a good
So
number two. That's exactly what it's going to be. Shit.
yeah, there we go. We can say that here. I didn't know we could curse here. Thank you.
Ah, yes.
But I do sit here and I do want to say this real quick. I feel like I've said this to a few people. Matter of fact, shout out to Christopher Harris in the chat. I was chatting with him earlier, and I said, "Man, they really missed the opportunity to cast Cody as Cody from Street Fighter. There is a Cody in Street Fighter. He's in Final Fight. They blend the games together so they fit in the same universe. He
Okay.
was once a hero, but then like he just loved fight. Anyway, he's a jailbird. But Cody is dope. I main him all the time. Main meaning I play as him all the time. Am I familiar with Cody Rhodes as an actor? Not really. I know he done some stuff in Arrow, but
Uh-huh.
like I said, this movie is just I don't know what they do. I just feel like they're picking anybody to play roles, and
Yeah.
I'm for it. I'm for it. So yeah.
Well,
Oh, please take the floor. I'm sorry.
I'm glad you included pictures because otherwise I wouldn't have known who these people like the names just based off the names. I'm not a wrestling fan. However, I am concerned about the amount of wrestlers in the movie because is this a movie or is this, WWE? Like traditionally, wrestlers aren't, known for their great acting skills, right? So this is a movie at the end of the day. And
Listen,
it makes me a little concerned.
I do have to sit here and say, like, I love this for the wrestling game. I hear your concerns about it. You think about your Hulk Hogan's and Roddy Pipers, and there's a bunch of other wrestlers. But then you also have like someone like Dave Bautista who had a lot of range. A lot of people, everyone makes fun of The Rock because he always seems like he plays the same character, and probably
Uh-huh.
so. But listen, obviously he's in high demand because every time I see him, he's on my freaking TV.
Mhm.
Uh, do I think these guys are going to blow it out the way and just a Titanic performance? No. You're talking about a movie where guys are shooting fireballs out their hands and
Okay.
all these things. So I look forward to it. I don't even have high expectation going like, man, this is going to be the movie of the century. I
No,
just know this is going to be better than Mortal Kombat. Because that Mortal Kombat movie in 20, I know I sound like
uh-huh.
I hate that movie, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Because I do. I really do. And this Street Fighter movie, I look forward to it, and you guys should too. But I just wanted to, with wrestling being involved, and I'm not familiar with Gota. I don't watch New Japan. That's a Japanese promotion,
Okay.
wrestling promotion. But I just thought it was so cool that, like, I'm seeing wrestlers get a chance. So I'm for that. So
Okay.
good for the boys.
Well, we'll see. We'll see. In your opinion, who is the most talented actor that wrestling has ever like turned out, as far as skill is concerned, not popularity?
I gotta give it to Dave Batista. Like, I don't think I ever really had a clear cut answer, but for Batista, and I don't watch all his movies. I just was just a big. I fell in love with his performance and as Drax, obviously. but I
Hmm.
feel like, and he don't even get the same amount of roles like The Rock does and stuff like that. He gets good roles, but it's not even close, right? But I got to give it to Dave Bautista.
So you feel like he has more range than The Rock does?
Oh, absolutely. The Rock pretty much is just him. Like even when he's on TV, he's playing him. Like he's
Okay.
just the Rock. The Rock. If he came in right now, it's like Dwayne, stop the shit. You know. But we like The Rock over here. We like him, the final boss.
All right, all right, all right. All right, and next we have a little bit more news in relation to superhero news, and it's about Green Goblin. Take it away, Jeff.
Oh, so I saw this online and I just thought this would be fun to talk about. You know, we review Marvel stuff and sometimes DC stuff, but Marvel's looking to cast its new Green Goblin for the MCU. We can get the next picture right here. It says here, and I want to give a shout out again to Marvel Movies. It's one of my favorite accounts to see on Instagram, and it's saying according to insiders, Daniel RPK, I don't know if that's his real name, that's a hell of a name. Marvel is reportedly planning to introduce Norman Osborn in the upcoming MCU and the Spider-Man trilogy. A new actor will be cast for the role, meaning William Dafoe won't be returning, and that is sad because William Dafoe, if I can just say, I
Hmm.
mean, like he really brought this character to life. Like one of the, I've been in such a drought right now, and I haven't been doing a whole lot of cosplaying. But one of the things I want to cosplay is the Green Goblin, and that's because of William Dafoe, because he's brought this guy out, and
Okay.
it makes me go. It makes me sad that he can't play the role, and I understand these people can't play the role forever. But I
Hmm.
would throw out to you because you watch a lot more movies. You're more into a lot of stuff. But do you have anyone in mind that you could see playing the role as Green Goblin?
So, in fact, I do, right? And this
Oh,
may be, I feel like people, once I say the name, people are going to be like, oh, yeah, I feel like people are going to be behind this, right? Once I say the name. But I feel as if a good William Dafoe replacement for the Green Goblin would be Bill Skarsgård. He
is that
plays
the one
it.
who played it? Yes,
Yes.
yes.
I feel like he
That's
can
it.
do it. He's a little creepy. He's a little, he gives the crazy eye like William Dafoe, but also he's a really good actor. My only concern would be, and this is like aesthetics reason. It doesn't matter to me because I too am, not vertically challenged. He's a tall man, right? And Tom is not a tall man as far as I'm
No,
aware.
well,
So it
Thomas is
might be a
shy.
little weird to see them together on screen battling. I don't know how. I think usually they tend to try to get actors, villains, and heroes that are around the same height.
No, yeah, no. Tom is a small man. Like
Yeah.
he's like a short king. Yeah, I see that, and I think would that bother me? Um, you know what's funny? No, but no, it wouldn't bother me. But not for nothing. I was like, wow, I didn't realize Tom was so short when he was standing next to Andrew and Toby, and I was like, man, he really don't have a growth spurt.
Yeah,
But
he's not that tall.
he
But
just
the only thing would be the age difference. Bill Skarsgård, I don't believe is that much older than Tom. So it's like they're I know that the Green Goblin, he's older, right? He's not the same age as Spider-Man. So it'll be like a little, we might have to do some, rearrangements there, but I
But
feel
you
like
know, I think because I hear what you're saying about the age thing. Um, I don't know. That's actually a really good pick about him playing the role. But I think they could still kind of finesse it in a way.
uh-huh.
You know, like I think we would know, like, hey, they're not that far apart in age, but like I think he would have a great way of kind of showcasing I'm older. Like I mean, look, Tom is like almost 30 years old, and he's gonna play
Yeah,
playing a college student. I think we can
yeah.
make this work.
But
I think
now
we can make
the thing is, does it say they're going to be playing the Green Goblin or specific? Oh, it does say Norman Osborn because doesn't
it
Norman Osborn's son, doesn't he take up the mantle of Green Goblin
right
eventually?
right
So they,
after. Yes. Mhm.
yeah, and Daniel RPK, he's like a scooper, right? So
Oh, okay.
it could be that if they're just doing Green Goblin, you do it when the son is taking up the mantle, and then that age difference won't really matter as much. But
You know, that's actually interesting, but I feel okay. I hear what you're saying. Like he takes the mantle and stuff like that. I think though I almost feel like they still have to have Norman in it because you gotta if you're going to introduce the Green Goblin, right? I feel like you gotta have Norman play the role first, and then Harry takes over in some kind of way.
mhm.
You know, I mean, they don't have to. I mean, they did it in the Amazing Spider-Man where Norman was. I mean, he was in there for like a good 5 seconds, and then you had Harry take over. But they haven't even introduced Harry. So I think if they do this, they bring in Norman so then they can introduce the Osborn family.
All right, all right. So what about you? Do you have any actor in mind for the Green Goblin?
I do.
Oh,
Willem Dafoe.
no, no, it cannot be any
No, it's,
replacement for William Dafoe. Who do you think it is?
you cannot replace greatness.
Oh Lord. Okay.
That
All
is
right. You're one of those.
it's physically impossible.
All right. Well, let us know in the comments who you feel could play Green Goblin in an upcoming MCU film. But
Absolutely.
that brings us to the next and final bit of geek news. And
Ooh,
it's
what we
related
got?
to Fantastic Four. The movie's coming out later this month. So Matt Shakeman, who's the director, explains why the Fantastic Four is set in an alternate universe. So again, it's pretty well known at this point that the movie's going to take place in an alternate universe, kind of like a 60s vibe, but not in, our
In our
uh
timeline. In our
in our
timeline.
timeline, right?
Yeah.
So according to Film Buzzer, director Matt Shakeman explains why the Fantastic Four First Steps was set in an alternate universe, Earth 828. He wanted to avoid the narrative issues of why the Fantastic Four did not intervene during Thanos' attack in the MCU and avoid all continuity conflicts with the main timeline, Earth 199999. The choice of
That's
Earth
how nice.
828 also serves as a nod to Jack Kirby, co-creator of the Fantastic Four, who was born on August 28th. Now, this was interesting. I'm actually very glad that there will be no continuity between what's going on elsewhere in the MCU and what's going on to the Fantastic Four. I do kind of feel as if MCU needs to make more of that separation so they're not so tied down to, connecting tissues of, oh, this character has to be here and they know that person, so they can't do that and that, yada, yada. So I think
Right.
it's going to be a little refreshing to see that this has absolutely nothing to do with anybody else. But what are your thoughts on this? Would you
I
have
love
preferred
it.
to be there?
No, I love this. I love this. I mean, when they did the MCU, I'm pretty sure if they had the rights to the Fantastic Four and Spider-Man, they would have done all this stuff and whatnot. But now it's been years. Now they got the right, and they want to use these characters. I think it's smart to sit here and say because people were going to ask that question. Hey, where the hell were you when this was
Yeah.
going on? And
Mhm.
that's a great way to avoid that question because they wasn't here. And I mean, I don't want to spoil anything. I mean, it's been like 2 months since Thunderbolts, right? But they already kind of
Spoiler alert,
showed them.
spoiler alert, spoiler alert for Thunderbolts.
Sorry, it's been a month, guys. Come
Mhm.
on. You can hit me at a bad guy, Jack. Tell me you hate me. But yeah, no, I like the idea.
But what
It's fine.
happened? What happened? What's the spoiler?
Oh, you just see this ship flying into space, coming into our
Okay.
timeline, and you see the Thunderbolts looking like, who the hell is that? I like that. It's fine. It's cool. Um,
Hmm.
it's really fine. Like I really have no follow, but it's just fine. I think that was just smart. That's how you beat the narrative because they even asked that um what was that an Endgame when they asked Captain Marvel, and that was a damn good question. Where the hell were you?
Uh-huh. The universe is a big place, but I honestly I don't like that they added in the ship thing to the Thunderbolts. I wish they would have waited a little bit or not added anything related to the Fantastic Four in the Thunderbolts, only because it kind of lets people know that eventually, or by the end of the movie, somebody from Fantastic Four is getting over into the next universe, right? So I feel like it should have maybe been reversed in a way, like we see that the ship is trying to get somewhere and we don't know where, and then we see them at the end credits of the next Marvel movie, whatever that may be. It was like, oh, that's where they went.
Right,
But
right, right.
it is what it is. They got to do what they got to do in Marvel, so that's
Well,
that. But
I wanted to say, I think what else too, I wanted to have some interest into the next movie because right after Thunderbolts, the next Marvel movie is Fantastic Four, and they wanted to put that connection there. But I get it because a lot of people were not a fan of that. I went to go see that with some friends, and um, one of my friends definitely was just like, "Why did they do that?" And I had no issue with it at all, but I
mhm.
sensed that a lot of people were just not a big fan of um, that ending. But no, the Fantastic Four, I look forward to that come out because that's coming out in 2 weeks. So, and I know we'll have some thoughts about that.
Yes, we will. Yes, we will. So, thank you all for joining us. That's the end of Geek News for this week. Join us next Sunday, roughly around this same time, to discuss that week's geek news, subscribe to all of our channels. We have Unpopular Review Entertainment and my channel, See the Superior. And we look forward to seeing you guys soon. Goodbye.